Yo, what's up, everybody? Today is Thursday, May the 21st, and this episode 41 from the Anything Goes podcast. Of course, you know, it's me, Streets, coming to y'all once again. We're about 50 episodes in, but officially we're at 41, not counting the podcast extras that we started to do, and not counting those like 5-minute episodes I did a few years ago. So I hope everybody's doing well today. You know, it's the end of the week. It's Friday Eve. It's been a long ass work week for me. I know it has been for you. And if you aren't working, I hope that you're able to supplement your income and that you're able to still make ends meet. And I hope everything gets back to some sense of normalcy and that you'll be able to make a way of living for you and your family. So we're gonna jump right into it. I don't want to prolong because we got a lot to cover in an hour. So I want to start by saying congratulations to the class of 2020. I know this isn't the ideal situation. I know that, you know, a couple months ago, y'all thought y'all would be walking across the stage coming up here in, what is it, June, I think. I'm not in school, and my son, he's 13, so he has a little while to go. But nonetheless, y'all are at the end. Y'all are here, and y'all are the future. And I want to say, look, stick to your script and trust your process. No one can tell you what to do or how to do it. There's no blueprint to life. And the biggest lesson you're going to learn in life is experience, trial and error. I'm 32 and I'm still learning. You know, I'm still trying to figure things out. So though you may be 18, 17 in some instances, and you think you know it all, you don't, and it's okay. You might not even know what you want to do, you know, moving ahead, and that's okay. You have time. College isn't for everybody. Um, Figure out what it is that you like. Get you a plan and run with it. Stick to your script, okay? Like, I love you guys. I want you to do great. I know things may seem bleak now because of what's going on in the world, but you can and you will succeed and prosper. And to my killer, Kamaya, she's graduating from North Forsyth. I'm proud of you. I know your parents are too. I haven't been in your life that long, but you know, I have taken you under my wing, and anything that you need moving forward, text me, call me. I got your back. You already know that. So, to the class of 2020, again, congratulations. Y'all are done. On to the next phase of your life. Live it up to the best of your ability, and don't second guess yourself. Stick to your script, stick to your plan, see it through. All right? All right. So now we have to go to some somber news because I am a wrestling fan. I told y'all, I tell y'all all the time, I grew up a WCW fan. I'm in the South, so NWA, WCW, that's my lane. But I did watch the WWF growing up. I'm a fan of the WWE somewhat. You know, I catch up from time to time just through like Solid Monster and What Culture. But a few days ago, I want to say it was Monday or Tuesday when I first really heard about this, but it was regarding Big Shad Gaspard, you know, formerly of Crime Time with JTG. He was missing at sea, basically, on Sunday. They were holding out hope, trying to, you know, of course, as a family member or a friend, you are holding out hope and you're hoping and praying that everything works out fine. But unfortunately, Wednesday morning at about 1:30, his body was found. It had came up on shore, and that's unfortunate. So, got to say rest in peace to Big Shad, 39 years old, uh, died saving his son. He really did. He died a hero. And I know that's going to kill his son. I feel so bad for him. His son is 10 years old, and he's going to hold on to this forever. But the reports say that his last words were just rescue my son. Because they were going to try to save him, but he said, save my son. About a minute later, the lifeguard went back to try to get Shad, and he had been taken under by the waves and the currents. So I'm no swimming expert at all. I cannot swim. This happened in Venice Beach, and I'm pretty sure with the way the weather has been in North Carolina, that it's probably even crazier at sea and in the beach areas. So rest in peace to Shad, man. My condolences to his son and to his wife, his family. Man, that's tough. That's tough. But he died a hero. He did. He lived as a hero. He died as a hero. And look him up because someone was trying to rob a convenience store, and though the gun wasn't loaded and it wasn't real, he disarmed the gunman and held him down until the police got on the scene. So, dude really did put others before himself. He was selfless, and I think any decent, loving parent would have done the same on Sunday. They would have put their child before them. I know I would have. So rest in peace to Big Shad Gaspard. We love you, man, and our condolences to your family. So from somber news to I guess it's okay, not too somber. It's something that we've been dealing with since 1997, really 1977. This man's been celebrated since he was born, but he died in 97. Happy birthday to Biggie. Today is his birthday. One of the best lyricists ever. I get a lot of flack. I get a lot of bullshit because I don't put Biggie in my top 5. And people are like, oh, you hating. Or I prefer Doggy Style over Ready to Die, But I love Biggie. I was a fan. One More Chance remix is like one of my all-time favorite songs. I don't put him in my top 5 just because of him not, having the longevity. So, in my top 5, I have T.I., I have Hove, I have Nas. I can't see myself putting him over any of them. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey has creeped into my top 5, and Andre 3000. So I really, I can't put Big there, but that's not to say that the man wasn't great. He would be 48 today, pushing the 50 line. He died so young. Well, not died. He was killed so young, killed in L.A. over some stupid shit that could have been avoided. He was killed 2 months short of his 25th birthday. He was killed at 24. Him and Tupac were just too young to be gone behind some shit that grown men around them could have talked it out, and squashed it. But that's what happens when you have ego and money. Money corrupts. Money and power. And you have to look at Diddy and you got to look at Suge. To me, Pop and Big's blood are on their hands. But happy birthday to to Biggie in heaven or wherever. Whatever you believe in, happy birthday to Biggie. We still remember you, bro, for real. I'll be listening to you tonight while I plot and plan to take over the world. So shout out to him. Last night, I have to tell y'all this story, and then we're going to get into some topics, man. But last night, I was involved in a horror movie setup. This is like played out how a horror movie would, man. So I'm on my way home, and I'm getting on the highway, and I see a little lady flagging me down, and there's some cars pulled over on the side of the road. It's dark as hell, getting on 52 South. So I'm like, man, maybe this lady needs help. I would feel like a piece of shit if somebody seen my mom needing help and they just went on about their merry way. So I pulled over, and this was like the beginning of a racist joke or something. You know what I'm saying? Like three men are walking to a bar, so it was three of us outside on the side of the road, a black man, myself, a Hispanic woman, and an Asian man. And the Asian man is like, look, could you help me push her out of the ditch? It was raining like hell yesterday, so apparently she just swerved. Her car turned and it backed down like an embankment kind of. So we're trying to push. It's muddy as hell outside. We have no luck. People are just riding by. So someone pulls over in like a SUV. I think it was an SUV. It might have been a truck. They pull over. They're like, hey, you need help? Y'all need help? It's a white man. Yeah, we need help. Dude gets out of his car. And if you remember the movie The Hitcher, this reminded me of The Hitcher. It was made in like '07. So, dude get out. He opens the back of the truck. And he has a big ass thick chain with the hooks on it that's used to pull shit. And I'm like, oh, we're about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're about to die. This isn't gonna end well. I don't have a weapon on me. The Asian dude, he wasn't near his car. Our best bet was like the Hispanic lady have a gun in hers, but you know she, dude, he got her out the ditch. He did. He hooked one chain to the truck. It didn't work. Dude had another chain in his automobile. Thick hooks on it. He links those two, pulls her out. The police end up coming. You know, they were no help. But one of the cops was like, hey, is that a 4-wheel drive or a 2-wheel drive? The lady had a 2-wheel drive, and he was just clowning that shit. Like, it was funny to me. He was like, that must be a car from South Carolina who has a 4-wheel drive in a 2-wheel drive in Winston-Salem. But I'm telling y'all to say this, man. I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was like, man, buddy going to have to scrap. But I'm saying that to really drive home the fact, like, we are all people, man. We are all people. Like, I don't understand where the hate comes from. It's embedded in some folks. It's passed down from generation to generation. But we need to show each other love and kindness. You know, I hate no one. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't particularly care for you, I don't hate you. If you see someone in need of help and you can help them, help them. That's what we're here for. That's what I believe. I believe we're here to help. That is my ultimate goal, is just to help people. So no matter the race, creed, you know, sexual orientation or whatever, man, just help people, be kind, be courteous, have empathy. Don't let people use and abuse you, but help. It's cool. I felt good. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this to toot my horn either, but it just felt good to be genuinely nice to someone, to a complete stranger. I told her to be careful. She was laughing and smiling. I'm like, no. Be careful. Slow down. It's raining. Could have been worse. So let's jump into it. I'm in North Carolina. I'm in Winston-Salem. And our governor has said that on tomorrow, the 22nd, that wave 2 of opening back up the state is in full effect. It's not a stay-at-home order anymore. It's safer at home, which is true. If you don't have to be out, don't be out, because we really don't know what's going on. Seriously. Unless you have to go somewhere like the store, you just need to go get food, you need to go get gas, you need to go get cigars, Do what you have to do and go back home. People are still getting sick. One of my very best friends, one of my brothers, he had the coronavirus. It's not a game. And I don't even understand why they're opening up the state more. I know people have to make money. I get it. But we really don't know what the hell is going on. Seriously. We still have more questions than answers. So they're saying you can have no more than 10 people congregating inside and no more than 25 outside. I don't know how this is going to work when you're opening up restaurants to 50% capacity. I think that's like the recipe for disaster, for people getting attitudes, getting mad. You have the possibility of people getting into fights, police presence, all that. Because they're going to be like, I want to go inside. Well, you can't. You have to wait. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like, I think if you're going to open up restaurants, you need to just open them fully. Barbershops and salons are opening back up again, 50% capacity. Swimming pools, which I think is just ridiculous to open up right now, considering that we don't know how this shit is being spread. And when you swim, water can get into your hair, your mouth, your nose, your eyes. I mean, you're just exposed at that point. I know chlorine is supposed to kill a lot of bacteria, but this is just, to me, the wrong move. It's the wrong way to go. If it was up to me, we wouldn't be opening until like June sometime. The end of June, like mid to the end of June, because the cases are still rising. Things may be plateauing, but at the end of the day, people are still getting sick. Now, I was saying that Roy Cooper cared about his people because of how he was handling things, but clearly there's a corporate agenda and the government agenda, being pressed upon people who have good morals and ethics. Because I don't think Roy Cooper's a bad guy. I just think that he's been pressured to do something that he probably knows isn't the best thing to do. So they either don't care about us or they're manipulating this disease. Now, I don't know what you guys believe in, and I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but if you look at what's been going on between the United States and China, and I'm not going to get too much into it, I want you guys to do your own research. Look up Hong Kong and how they're pretty much about to be under rule by China. You have to really, really do your research. You have to look at what Trump says about China. He says China's been getting over on us for years up until he came into office. Something is amiss. And we're pawns at this point in time because these folks really don't give a damn about us. We are looked upon as a social security number and as money. I'm just calling it like it is. So, look, be smart. If you have to be out, go out. If you don't, stay home. Stay home until they can really, really tell us what's going on. I also would like to say this. There's a high probability, there's a high chance that the numbers we are seeing are being manipulated. You can manipulate numbers. They can say, hey, this person died from COVID-19 and they really didn't. We don't know. We don't know what the incentives are. So I was thinking, I'm like, well, we don't really get a run-in tab or a ticker that says like these many people died on today in the United States. Take away the COVID-19 crisis. We've just never been privy to that. I'm pretty sure you can Google it and it'll tell you how many people probably die on average. If we do the numbers ourselves, we might see that, like, the people that are dying on a day-to-day basis, like, the numbers are just normal. We never know. We could be looking at this totally wrong. Like, the deaths could just be the number of people who die on a daily basis, and we just don't think about it. So, be safe. We can't trust the government. That's just, they've shown us that, especially black people. So, be safe. Use your common sense. If you have to be out, go out. If not, stay your asses at home. Real shit. Something is going on. If y'all see in the back, those are some great black men, especially Malcolm. I love Malcolm. And his birthday was the other day, too. Happy birthday, Malcolm X. We love you. Thank you for everything you did for us. But something's going on in the NFL. And it's pretty damning. But it's nothing that we don't know already. But we're going to talk about it because it's important. But it's something that we all know. We know that we're at the bottom of the totem pole as a people. Let's just call a spade a spade. We aren't looked upon as equal. Seriously. People have been poisoned to the point where it's like when you think about the black and the brown man and women, you think second class, lower rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're at a disadvantage already. This is what you think. It's not what I think. I love black people. I think we are the shit. I think we are the people who drive culture. We drive the world. I think we have the biggest influence on the world because we're the biggest consumers. That's a fact. Check it out. So the Rooney Rule, which was implemented in 2003 by the Pittsburgh Steelers, we have to give it up for them. The Rooney Rule was basically put in place kind of like affirmative action, if you think about it. The Rooney Rule states that you have to interview a minority coach, executive, whatever. You just have to give them an interview. I don't think it's been mandated like that, you know what I'm saying? It's a rule. We don't have a lot of black head coaches. We have no black owners. We have a minority owner for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but no black owners. So the NFL and Commissioner Goodell, they have pushed upon the owners of these teams, these billionaire owners, this good old boy network, because that's what it is. We're just going to keep it real, that they will have an extra incentive if they were to hire a black head coach or executive. And I call bullshit on it. And I call bullshit on affirmative action. You cannot tell billionaires what to do with their money. You cannot tell billionaires how to feel. You cannot change prejudice and racism in people that are already old. The chances of people who are after a certain age, people aren't changing. That's me being real. After a certain age, you're set in your ways. And in certain communities, people have been born and bred to hate. And it's being passed down. So, the Rooney Rule and this new incentive, which is if you hire a black coach, a black executive, you'll get a more desirable draft placement. Basically, like if you have a third round draft pick, and let's say you have maybe the 10th pick, or you have maybe the 6th pick, that could potentially turn into a second rounder. If I'm understanding this correctly, if you have a low third round pick, but you hire somebody, then the next year you could possibly have a higher draft pick, up a third round. Why are we doing that? Why are we rewarding people for doing what should just be morally and ethically right? They should just do it because we're people. And some black people are qualified to be black. I mean, not black head coaches, but head coaches. What I would do if I was the NFL is I would just say, hey, y'all need to start hiring black. And if not, we will definitely come in and shake things up. Because some of these teams, some of these owners, they're never going to put a black man in a position of power. And even now, let's just say that people start hiring black because of this rule, because of this added incentive. Their white counterparts are going to look at them like, you were just given this job just because I don't have to listen to you. And then you have the potential of someone coming in there having a mediocre year or a bad year their first year. And then the second year, all they're doing is preparing the team for this white, young assistant from either their team or another team to come in the next 2 to 3 years. Because you know these minority coaches, these black head coaches, aren't going to have a bunch of leeway. They're not going to have, the luxury of going through growing pains. It doesn't work like that. Lovie Smith is one example. When he was in Chicago, they really, really supported him. They stuck with him. Marvin Lewis, I don't know what that was in Cincinnati. Let's just call a spade a spade. I think they're just a poorly ran organization who did not want to change. He gave them stability. But when you look outside of Tony Dungy, these black coaches don't have a lot of wiggle room. They don't get a chance to bring in the players that they draft and coach them up to a championship level and possibly cash out with winning the Super Bowl. Look at what happened with Tony Dungy in Tampa Bay. Comes in, coaches this defense up, that Tampa 2 defense, that cover 2, coaches them up, and then he's fired. John Gruden comes in the next year and wins the Super Bowl. John Gruden hasn't done a damn thing since then. He won with Tony Dungy's team and his philosophies. So what is giving me the incentive, giving owners this incentive, is undermining and undercutting all of the brilliance that these black head coaches have. But we've been seeing this from the NFL, y'all. We really can't be naive and ignorant because they showed us what was up. Since I've been watching football, and my brother, my middle brother, and my friends, you know what I'm saying? We haven't seen a lot of starting black quarterbacks. You know why? Because they said that the black quarterback didn't have the mental capacity to really get out here and excel and lead and push the ball down the field, which is BS. We're athletic. We run. That's just what it is. So instead of me getting sacked for a negative play, a negative like loss of yard, I'm going to take off. I'm going to run. I'd rather get hit gaining 7 yards than to get hit and I done lost 4 or 5. They looked at that and they used that against us. Now they're using against the black head coaches they can't lead. And I know that's what it is. They don't think that this is how we're thought of. We're not smart, we can't lead. You don't have the mental capacity to do X, Y, and Z that our white counterparts can. That's so wrong. Like, think about it. Some of the smartest people that you know are black people. We can do any and everything, but we're not given the same opportunity and chances. But I don't want you to just give it to me as a token, because that's what you're going to bring those guys or women in as. They're going to be tokens. And people are going to look at them and not give them respect. They're going to be doomed from day one. It's going to be an uphill battle once they implement this rule. NFL, no, you're doing it the wrong way. I want people to go listen to Louis Riddick. That's somebody that I definitely respect. Go listen to his take on it, and Michael Wilbon. You know, it's a double-edged sword, seriously. I mean, it sounds good, it looks good on paper, but it's a detriment. Just like affirmative action. Don't bring me in because I'm black and because you're going to get something in return. Bring me in because you know that I'm capable of doing the job, or you're willing to take a chance to see if I can do it. Don't sabotage me before I get started. They are 4 minority head coaches in the NFL. 3 are black. The NFL is about 70 to 75% African American. Think about it. You want me to get out here and bust my ass and put my life on the line for you, but you don't want me running your organization. They showed us what was up. All of these owners. They showed us what was up with the Kaepernick situation. They didn't want us to kneel. They didn't want people speaking out about, black people being gunned down in the street, murdered at an alarming rate, and nothing happening. Or it's rare that something happens. They showed us what was up. They do the player and, coalition or whatever, and they give money. Cool. Thank you. But you could have let those boys, those men, those black men, protest in peace without feeling like they're going to lose their job. So NFL, it's 2020. This ain't 1950. This ain't Jim Crow. This ain't the Civil Rights era. Get your shit together. Roger Goodell, I know they paying your salary. Those billionaires, we know you're really powerless. You work for the owners. But you need to do something a little more than incentivizing billionaire white men. That's just not it, bro. That's not enough. For real. 3 African-American head coaches in a league that's predominantly African-American. That's crazy. Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh. Anthony Lynn and Brian Flores. And then you have Ron Rivera. Come on, man. How many head coaches have they been in the modern era of the NFL? I think it's only 17, y'all. 17 to 20. Think about that. The white counterparts are, 4 to 5 times more white head coaches in the modern era? Think about it. Y'all let me know what you think. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this is going to work, but I don't really see it. I don't see that. Why? Why undermine me? They ain't gonna listen to me. They don't want to listen to me now. Shit. So moving right along, we got to do some housekeeping first before we get into these topics for today. These, jewels I'm gonna drop. No, just playing. But we do got to do some housekeeping. So from now on, the podcast extras that I do, if something catches my attention, if I think that it's worthy of me just doing an extra on, they will no longer be uploaded to the podcast app. Won't be on Apple, Spotify, Google, none of that. From here on out, the extras will go straight to YouTube. We have to build a YouTube presence. I need y'all to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're going to get more content on there. With the weekly episodes, they will go to the app and they will go to YouTube. But the extras will not. There's no point in me really putting them on the audio. They do okay, but I would rather for them to do great on YouTube. So we're definitely going to, start pushing pushing YouTube more. We have to. I have to. I keep saying we because y'all are a part of this too. Seriously, without y'all, I'm not here. I'm not doing this if y'all aren't responding. So definitely have to tackle that one. So YouTube will be pushed more than the content on the apps, the streaming services. But I definitely will still be dropping the audio every week for the numbered episodes. Now, I know y'all see me filming from home. Prior to the COVID crisis, I was definitely starting to, get that feel of being in front of the camera. This won't be me moving forward. We won't be doing this at home. I would definitely be going back to the location or other places that episode 32 was filmed at, okay? So, just bear with me now. I really can't afford to be around too many people. I get sick fast. You know what I'm saying? And when I get sick, I'm sick for a very, very long time. So that's the hold up on actually doing more filming, but it's coming. I promise you, I have more in store for y'all. Just hold on. Keep telling your friends and their friends and your family. Let everybody know what I'm doing. The content, if you like it, promote. Seriously. Just promote. So I'm doing what I have to do and doing what I can. I don't want to slack off at all. So that's our housekeeping. But it leads into one of our subjects, seriously, and that's getting started. What I've noticed since I've been home, you really can't do too much of anything, is that especially my city in Winston-Salem, we have a lot of talented people. We have a lot of people with good ideas. They just don't know how to get started. Or they think like, I don't have X, Y, and Z. I'm not about to do that because it's not going to be good. Let me tell y'all to stop thinking like that. Just do it. Just get started. Jump right into it. Utilize what you have for the time being until you can get more. I don't have all the podcast equipment and filming equipment. I'm doing what I have to do. And you have to do the same thing. It's okay. Everybody's not going to rock with you. I don't give a damn if you bringing out $1 million production. People are going to complain. That's fine. We're in this realm because we have thick skin and we can take it. And not really and truly, outside of that, block the shit out. You doing you. And for my people who are on social media, heavy, who are asking people, like, Should I do this? Should I do that? Don't ask nobody. Just do it. Don't ask a soul. Do it. If you're passionate about it, do it. Everybody's not going to fuck with it. I don't care who you are. Seriously, they're just not going to do it. Don't worry about that. It might be 12 people who don't like what you're doing, and it could be another 1,200 that love it. Who you catering to? I heard Allen Iverson say that. I can't quote him directly, but it was just like, it's a million people who don't like me. I got to focus on the million that do. And that's what we have to do. Create your content and put it out. Don't sit on it. I can tell y'all that because I sat on my speaking ability and I need to get better. Trust me. But I'm doing it. I slept on myself. I wasn't ready. And I realized that yesterday. We're going to talk about that at a later date on another podcast. But I realized that I just wasn't ready for certain things. But I am now. And when that time comes, when you get that feeling, you got to run with it. Don't let opportunity pass you by because of fear of self. That's an insecurity. Don't be insecure about your craft and your talent. Just get better. Get better. Don't sleep on yourself, okay? And I've been telling some of y'all that. I'm not calling no names. Y'all know what we talk about. Do it. Put it out. Push it. It's content. People eat content up. That's the day and age we live in. We're in a content-driven age. People are paying for content. Real spill. But I can't keep pushing that on anyone. You just have to want to do that. So now, what I really, really, really wanted to get to is, fellas, my guys, my black man, my niggas. What are we doing? What are we doing with our women? I gotta be real. If you're not pouring into your old lady, bro, you messing up. Real talk. You have to pour into your lady. You have to. You have to feed her mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Show her the ropes. Not a hoe. Not a thought, not a jump off, not the wrong woman. The person that you want to talk to last at night. The first person that you hit up in the morning. The person that you want to share all your good news with. You got to start pouring into her. Nobody's perfect. We all got skeletons and shit. But that woman that you can't leave alone, that you know, like, she gonna comfort you and rub your back when everything around you is in an uproar, pour into her. Invest in her. Invest your time, your energy, everything. Invest it in that woman. We don't do that enough. Real talk. We won't pay attention to the person that's holding us down. We entertain everything else and everybody else. We chase the wrong shit. And then one day we wake up and we're like, damn, everything I needed was right here. I should have been giving you that energy. I should have been pouring into you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you got a business, show your lady how to run it. Especially if you plan on being with her forever. Show her how to run it. Why not? In the event something happens to you, make sure that that woman is better off than what she was when you met her. You got to make sure of that. If not, bro, what did you do? You wasted her time and yours. Let her know you don't need a man for nothing. If a nigga not going, if not nigga, if a man isn't going to put you first, if a man isn't gonna make sure you're taken care of, not meaning that he gotta take care of you, pay all your bills or whatever, but if you short on something, he got your back. If he not doing that, something ain't right. Something's wrong. Look, we all done came across the wrong people. We've all put our trust in the wrong people. But a real strong woman that's got your back, bruh, show her the ropes. Let her know. If a man not putting you first, get the hell on. If all you are is a sex partner to that dude, get the hell on. You don't need that. This is the conversation you need to have with your lady. Every man needs to have that. You better than that, shorty. Don't you ever settle for that. Even if we don't work out, the next dude need to do what I did plus more. If you are in her eyes that nigga, leave that impression with her. Like, nah, bro didn't do that to me. And I'm not finna settle with you. No, we just ain't finna be laying around having sex and I'm not getting nothing out of this but a wet cat. Come on, man. Word up. Like, let your lady know. In the event something happens to me, this is X, Y, and Z. Show her the game. Don't have her out here looking crazy. Show her the game. Put her on and how dudes are. For real. We ain't perfect, man. Who claiming that? Nobody. School her, though. Especially if you plan on marrying her, just school her. Y'all might break up for a minute. Come back. School her so she ain't out here making, fucking herself up. You ain't doing it selfishly. You doing it because you care about her. You love her. Shorty, I don't want you out here picking up bodies. That ain't ladylike. Nobody's gonna take you serious. That's our responsibility, though, to put them on game. Because just like they hoes and thoughts and tricks and sluts, they some fuck niggas. They fuck boys. That all them motherfuckers go in the pile together and shit. Maybe we done been that. We done been it. We know how the shit go. But I'ma school you, Shadow, because I don't want you to fall into that. I don't want you to think that the popular culture right now, because that thought and showing all your body, that's popular right now. No, I don't do that. And I'm not knocking nobody that do it. That's your thing. But I'm specifically talking to my men who have a real one by their side. You got you a real one, my nigga, you need to hold on to that. Get your shit together. This ain't nothing I ain't told my damn self. I'm just telling y'all. Ain't nothing that me and my partners ain't talked about. I'm just telling everybody else. For real. I'ma shoot straight with you every time. We gotta take it upon ourselves to be like, nah, that's not the move, baby. That ain't cool. That ain't how we do. That's not how we move. Let her know she the shit. You give her that confidence, dog. Y'all straight. That's a deadly combination. Got two confident people, secure with themselves. You teaching her the game and teaching her the ropes. It ain't about gang banging and drug dealing and selling ass. And nah, like, let's get this money. You work on that over there. You know what I'm saying? Build your credit. A lot of us that came from the streets. Niggas don't have credit. Build the credit up so we can go get a crib. You know what I'm saying? Build your credit up so we can do X, Y, and Z. If that's the route you're gonna take, me personally, nah. I'm learning. If I can't afford that shit, then I'm not gonna get it. But if you going the credit route, do that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Build with shorty though. Put her on. For real. Deviate some of that power, man. Put some of that power in her and empower her. Because at the end of the day, they drive culture, bro. They do. At the end of the day, women really make sure that this shit work. When a woman behind you, she put that battery in your back, dog, you can go. So imagine y'all going through y'all bullshit, right? And you trying to get things popping. You can't even focus because you don't know if y'all all right. Your game off. Because you don't know what's going on at home. Like, y'all ain't straight. Everything off. You can't focus. Sit her down, talk to her. Figure it out. Watch things change for you. It's going to change. You're going to feel like you can do anything in the world. It's my word. You're going to feel like you can accomplish anything because you're not worried about the crib now. You're not worried about home. You ain't worried about if she, entertaining another man because y'all ain't on point. You like, nah, we straight. She know I'm out here getting to it. I know what she doing. I can focus on this. You gotta have that. Fellas, it's on us. They look at us as the breadwinners anyway. A lot of women still want that traditional shit. They still want that man to really be bringing home the bacon and leading by example. That shit ain't dead, bro. There's still some women out here that's like that. But it's on us as men to really empower them and drive that home. I don't want to be out here worried about what you doing. For real. My niggas are like that. It throws you off. You can't focus, bro. And it's like that when men put their family first. When you put your girl and your family first, if it's not going right, nothing is going right because that's what's more important to you than anything else. Even then getting to, the ends, bro, you need home to be straight. A lot of these niggas, man, they talk a good game. They do. Bitch this, hoe that, slut this, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I'm chasing the bag, I ain't worried about a female. Them same niggas that saying that and rapping that shit, they got a good one at home. Making sure that everything's running smoothly, taken care of. Just look at Gucci. Word up. Look at Gucci. That's the prime example, man. But then look at some of your older homeboys. If you ain't got, like, I'm 32, man. I don't really, like that big bro shit. I ain't finna be really, on that. Like, it's niggas I respect. It's dudes that I can look at. You know what I'm saying? And learn from. If you can't learn from them dudes, what they're around for. We got to put it on us. Yeah, I know it's a million women out here, bro. Trust me. They gonna let you do whatever you want, bro. I get it. That real one at the house, though. That's who you need to bet the bank on, dog. That's who gonna make sure at the end of the day, when everything is hectic and you feel like the world against you, bro, the one that you want to be up under, that's the one. That's who you need to put your time in, bro. When you sick, she holding you down. She holding down y'all kids. She holding down the crib. Come on. It's easy. It's hard to do because we are trained a certain way as men. Not gonna lie. But that's society. Find your lane. Find your process. Find your script, like I told those graduates of 2020. Stick to that shit. Can't nobody do you like you, bro. My fellow black man. Nobody. Them, they stuck to a script, dog. All four of them. They stuck to a script. They didn't let nothing knock them off of that, too. And Malcolm was willing to learn. Got to do that. Be willing to learn and listen and take criticism. Y'all know I tie everything together. I told the class of 2020 that. Real spill. So, take it. Do what you want with it. But I would be ignorant if I ain't put it out there. Because we learning together, y'all. We running this, what Nip say? Running a marathon. The marathon continues. We running this together. So, when y'all see me failing and falling, let me know. And I'll do the same for you. So, the great flood is going on outside. It's been raining for like 3 days. And I know that brings people mood down sometime. And it's okay. Do not drown in your sorrows, though. Don't hold your head down. Pick it up. Pick yourself up. Do not feel sorry for yourself. Everything right now might seem hectic and like there's no end in sight. But it's a saying that, like, if you wake up every day, you have a chance to change the narrative of your life. Every day is a new beginning. Treat it like that. If you down, talk about it. If you can't really figure things out, seek help. It's all right. If you need a break, take your break. Put your phone down. Turn it off. Log out from social media. Be alone. It's cool. Sometimes you have to be by yourself to understand you completely with no distractions. So if you're going through it, go for a walk, go sit in a car. It ain't too many places we can go to, but these are just some things that I do. I sit on my porch, front or back, and just vibe out at night sometimes. We need that. Do what you need to do for yourself and to get yourself where you need to be. Y'all know I love you. I'ma miss y'all. You know, I don't see myself doing the extra this week, so I will be uploading this to YouTube. The audio will be available on the Anchor app, Spotify, Apple, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts, the radio app, Beaker, all streaming platforms except for Tidal. So until next Thursday, and until I upload this, man, y'all be cool, stay safe. I'm out.